Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today in this video, we're gonna be breaking down the ASVAB and what you should do to study, what the ASVAB is about, how important it is when it comes to getting a career in the Air Force like me or in any part of the military, because you have to take this test in order to get into the military at all. Okay. So, what is the ASVAB? All right, so the ASVAB, I got a little fucking cheat sheet right here. The ASVAB is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Test. So that's what it stands for. But what it's comprised of is 8 subsections. So you got general science, arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, mathematics knowledge, electronics information, auto and shop information, and then mechanical comprehension. Now, out of those 8, 4 of those make up your AFQT score. Now that stands for Armed Forces Qualifying Test Score. So pretty much, there's going to be a couple different scores whenever you get your test scores back. So you're going to have an AFQT score, and what that's comprised of, that is comprised of your arithmetic reasoning, your paragraph comprehension, your word knowledge, and your mathematic knowledge. Now, the reason that that's important, because those 4 scores are going to give you an AFQT score, and in that's going to give you the score to tell you what you qualified for, like if you qualified to get into the military or not. Now, the rest of them, like the mathematics, like the electronics info, or the mechanical comprehension, or the general science, all those ones, also along with the AFQT scores, are going to tell you what jobs you qualify for. So pretty much you want to focus on your AFQT scores first, so that way you can get into the, whatever branch you're trying to get to, like the Air Force for me. So pretty much all you need is I think for the Air Force it was like a 36 on it, which is really not too hard, honestly. But like for me, I got a 60 on it. The AFQT, I got a 60 on it. And then to get most of my mechanical jobs, I needed to get a 56 mechanical to qualify for all the mechanical jobs, which I did. I got like a 57, so I was like pretty close, but I got them. Okay, so you want to focus on those 4 subsections, which was paragraph comprehension, word knowledge, arithmetic reasoning, and mathematics knowledge. Now, in those 4 subsections, what you're going to be seeing is paragraph comprehension. That's pretty straightforward. You're going to read a paragraph, and it's going to ask you a question. Pretty much like, you read it, and then just literally ask you a question about the paragraph. So you just do that. Word knowledge is literally it asks you, what does this mean? Like, what does this word mean? Or it'll put it in a sentence, and then it'll ask you what it means. Arithmetic reasoning is word math problems. So it's a math problem, but it's in word form. So you read it and then you solve it. And then mathematics knowledge is just going to give me an equation, pretty much. It's going to give me an equation. You have to solve it. Now, so you want to focus on those 4 subsections in order to get your AFQT score. Now, whenever you're looking for a certain job, and you want, like me, like once again, I wanted either a mechanical or electrical job, so I needed to score, pretty decent in the mechanical or electrical sections of the test. So you wanna study for that as much as you can, and the way you do that is, what I would suggest doing is either, well, you can do both these things. You can go online and take practice tests, just like practice tests. You just look up ASVAB practice tests and you take them, so you can get a feel for what type of things they're gonna ask you for, and like what it's gonna what type of things you might see on the test. And then thing number 2 is get one of these. I bought an ASVAB for Dummies book. This is a 2021-2022. It's the newest one that came out. Now I would highly suggest buying one of these because it literally has every subsection and everything on the test and everything that you might see on the test. So for instance, I mean, you could go like it literally gives you a refresher on everything. So like this page right here, algebra, literally just things that you might see on the test, especially really just math stuff is what I would try to review the most, because when it comes to word knowledge, there's only so many things you can do when it comes to that. Like, if you don't know the word, like, then there's pretty much, you just have to guess on that shit. Paragraph comprehension, just read the paragraph and just, try your best to break it down and answer the question. And when it comes to math, that's different. You actually gotta study for that shit. And then see, like, the next one, arithmetic reasoning, like, it breaks down the whole thing. And then also in the beginning, it tells you, like, what, see, here it goes right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says Air Force right here, and then it tells you the scores. So right there, it says Air Force, you need 36, and then, you need a 36 to get in if you have a high school diploma. And then you need a 50 to get in if you don't, if you have like a GED. Anyways, so this thing really, really breaks it down for you, like everything. Literally, I bought this thing and then I was in this book for the most part, like trying to study, I would try to put in at least 30 minutes to an hour, every day, at least trying to refresh my brain on really just the math parts. And then you can study, like I said, you can study there's mechanical, electrical stuff all up in there. So you can try to look at that stuff and get the best review as you can, because that coupled with the practice test will give you a good feel of what you might be seeing on the ASVAB. Now, you want to take this real serious because, like I said, this pretty much is going to dictate what jobs you can get in the Air Force. I'm just going to always refer to it as the Air Force because that's what I was going into. You want to take it real serious because, like I said, this will dictate what you will be getting. So you just want to stay on that, study, just, up until the night before, whatever. Because, like me, okay, so I went to MEPS. So you guys can watch my other video, the one before this, breaking down my MEPS experience, kind of how it went. Because I took the ASVAB the same day I went to MEPS and did all my medical stuff. So I did a lot that day. But one of the things I was most worried about was the ASVAB, because I knew that I was going to be able to get in medically, but I just wanted to make sure I scored good enough to get the jobs that I really wanted. So that was the most important thing for me, obviously. So like I said, went ahead and broke down the test, what you're going to see on it, what you might see on it, good ways to study, because, everybody studies differently. Honestly, if you're in high school right now and you're going to take it, a lot of the stuff it's a lot of algebra. It's really just a lot of algebra, honestly. A lot of, and I guess some fractions too, but it's really just algebra. So if you're in high school, you're still in high school, then you probably still see algebra on the day, algebra 2, algebra 1, whatever. But like me, I had graduated, and I've only been out of school. I've only been graduated for like 6 months now. So everything is still kind of new, but still kind of fresh, but still I don't use that shit all the time. So I just use that to review. And then let's say you're in college, or you dropped out of college or whatever, then it's still pretty new to you, but you still want to study just in case, if you don't got it all the way down. And then they literally give you your scores right there. So I took my test, and then they gave me my score. And then for the Air Force, what it's going to do is, so you're going to get your AFQT. So like for me, I got a 60. And then it's going to give you, it's called MAGE. It's going to be mechanical, administrative, general, and then electrical. So whatever job you want, it's gonna require a certain score. So let me see. Hold on. All right. So like you might not be able to see this, but it's a pretty. So like right there, you probably can't see it, but it has like the name of the job and then what score you need to get on it, on that subsection. So like, you can't see them, but yeah, so that's kind of how it works. And then it's MAGE right here. And then it tells you, so if you want like, let's say for instance, you want like a medical job or something like that, you would want to score good on the administrative and the general side of the test, because really you don't need a good mechanical score if you want something like that. Or like an administrative, so you want like an office job or something like that, then I would highly suggest trying to get a good administrative score or general score, because that's where it's mostly, that's how you're gonna qualify for that job pretty much. So you know where to study, you know what the what the test is comprised of, and you know, you can look it up too. You can look up or ask your recruiter, honestly, because like my recruiter gave me this long list of like pretty much mechanical jobs on what you need to know, and then like zone in on that, like whatever whatever you need and whatever score you need to zone in on that, and you know, practice and review and take practice tests and do all that stuff, so that way you can get the most reps, I guess. You get the most reps you can in on that. And then so when you come test day, the test really, it can take like each portion of that test, each subsection of that test is also time. So whenever you go and take the ASVAB, it's literally gonna tell you how many questions and then how long you have to answer all those questions. You can also look up, like if you buy this book, it literally tells you like how long you have for each thing. And then it gives you a full breakdown of the ASVAB. Like it's a pretty helpful book. I think I got it like Barnes and Noble. I forgot where I got it at, but yeah. So I would highly recommend getting a book, taking practice tests, doing all those things, taking the steps to make sure that you're successful, because at the end of the day, I mean, no one's going to take the test but you, so you need to make sure that you study and you try your best on it, because at the end of the day, that's really going to dictate what jobs you get. Medical stuff just pretty much just allows you to get in, and then your test scores is what dictates what job you get. So yeah, so if you guys found this helpful, you know what I'm saying, leave a like, subscribe, and you know, do all that good stuff. All right, catch y'all later.